Welcome to the Holistic Life Podcast, where the wisdom of the Word of God lights our path to mind, body, soul, and spirit wellness. Each episode, we delve into living a life that's not just healthy, but wholly aligned with the spiritual principles, exploring the intersection of faith and well-being. Join us as we uncover divine guidance for wellness, meditation, and harmony in life, taking this journey on living fully in His grace. Your transformation, grounded in faith and understanding, starts now.
Hey, good day, good day, good day. I called it creativity. And I know you're probably wondering, what are you talking about? Well, we're going to get into this topic that is so very vital, especially when you are building and when you are advancing, or if you feel that you're not sure exactly what your goal is. So this thing that I call creativity, what I come to find out was it was avoidance in a drawer. So there's my drawer that's in my office. I have several drawers, and this particular drawer was holding three unfinished outlines, and one of them had been sitting there since last year. And I open it every so often. I look at the pages and then I close it again. And without reading past the first paragraph, I want you to sit with that for a second because I don't think that I'm the only person in this room with a drawer. You see, for a long time, I told myself that drawer was proof that I was still full of ideas. I was still creative, I was still dreaming. But lately, I've started wondering if it's proof of something else. And I'm talking about avoidance dressed up as inspiration. And here's what you should worry more than the unfinished outline. Because listen, the feeling was real. Every time I opened a new notebook, and y'all know I love notebooks, I felt productive. I felt like I was called to what I was writing. I felt like I was moving, but I was mistaking the start for the movement. So here's the real question. And this is the one that I've spent a couple days just asking myself. Not am I full of ideas, because I am. Not did God stop speaking, because He didn't. The question is smaller and heavier at the same time. Was I waiting on God, or was I waiting for the fear to go away first? Because here's what I don't love admitting. Listen, ideas are easy, but finishing, that's hard. And finishing is hard for a reason that we don't like to name. A finished thing can be judged, an unfinished one can stay perfect just in my head. So every time I got excited about something new, I wasn't just starting a project, I was quietly abandoning the one I was afraid to finish. So new ideas became my exit strategy. And listen, that's not creativity. That's a capacity leak dressed up as a gift. And I'm here to tell you that this is the part where I stop journaling and I start diagnosing, because I don't get to stay vague with you. Where was my capacity actually going? It was going into three unopened outlines. And that's the discernment. And discernment doesn't always feel spiritual. Sometimes it's just the courage to look in the drawer and say, hmm, oh, this is where the leak is. This is the weight I've been carrying. It's not the ideas, it's the avoidance. And I'm here to tell you, you can't dismantle a thing until you admit that it's there. So I had to make a choice, not about whether I'm creative, because I am, not about whether God still gives me pictures, because he does. The choice was smaller than that. It was one goal, one thing that I chose to finish before I let myself start something new. That's it. That's the whole strategy. Because the problem was never a lack of ideas, it was too many open loops. So I've been calling it single goal, solid gain. This is for the past couple of years. And it's mostly because I needed a phrase to hold myself accountable. One goal, one concentrated strategy, one clear path forward. Not five priorities, not a big whole vision board with 17 things on it, just one. The system is the container, and the container is what lets the blessing actually land. Mm. So this week, I picked up mine, just one. I'm not telling you what it is just yet. And it's not because I'm holding the payoff from you, but because I don't want to hand you intention where proof belongs. So here's the deal. Friday, 6 hours, one goal, one person, walking the whole path from where they are now to a real plan. And if you show up Friday and it's done, you'll see it. Now, if I don't, I want you to hold me to it. That's just what we do around here, right? So let me ask you the question that I asked myself, and I want you to answer it honestly. What's sitting in your own drawer right now? Not the idea. I'm talking about the unfinished one. You know, the one you already started and set down, the one that's been perfect in your head precisely because you haven't let anyone see it. Listen, clarity rarely arrives before movement. Clarity arrives because of movement. So before the weekend ends, I want you to do one thing: pick it. That's right. Name the one goal. Write it down in that same notebook you've been avoiding, because the room you're waiting to be ready for, it's built by finishing, not by starting. So I'm building that room and I want you in it. So tell me in the comments, what's the one thing in your drawer? And I read every single one. And if you're ready to stop adding and start finishing, there's a room being built exactly for that. The doors open, and you will get more information on Friday at our next drop, right? Blessings.
Thank you for joining us on the Holistic Life Podcast, where our foundation is the Word of God and our path is wellness in His light. We hope today's episode enriches your journey to a life of health and spiritual fulfillment. Remember, each step toward holistic living is a step closer to embodying His teachings. For continued inspiration, follow our journey. Until next time, embrace your faith, nurture your entire being, and watch your life bloom in His glory. We'll catch you on the airways. Be blessed.